Hi, everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new video, and welcome to a new live stream, and welcome to Moscow, and welcome to the 70,000 subscriber live stream. Now, I'm probably a day or two behind when it passed exactly 70,000, but I thought I'd do a live stream to celebrate, and I see we've got lots of people already live here in the chat. And already lots of likes. So 35 likes I see already. Thank you so much. If you want to press it, you're welcome to. I don't know if there's a thumbs down button on live streams, but definitely likes are always good. So thank you so much. My wife might be in the background. Oh, maybe not. She was just here behind me, but she popped in and out. She just got home from work. That's why I delayed the live stream just a tiny bit. Because we were just having something to eat before the live stream starts, because it takes a little bit of energy to be able to talk nonstop. Now, I've moved the camera slightly today, just slightly. So I am looking down mostly at the chat. So sorry if I don't look directly at the camera. I think I'm going to have to watch some videos about the perfect camera location for live streaming, because although the way it's set up is very nice, and I like this whole setup right here, I still feel like I need to look in the camera, but it's hard to look at the screen and the camera at the same time. So I do have a drink with me today. This is the Dobro passion fruit. So the last stream I got very thirsty in my throat, and got a little bit awkward. Yeah, a few people already were chatting in the live stream before we started. Maleni, thank you very much. I just saw you sent Coca-Colas, so I appreciate that a lot. Thank you, Maleni, for that. It's very nice of you. I'm not sure if it's going to be Coca-Colas or for the apartment. Looking at the poll, actually, the poll here on the live stream is a little bit more towards me hitting 100,000 subscribers than getting the apartment. On the community tab of the channel, it's about 50-50, which is kind of interesting. So yeah. How are we? Hi is here as well. I think that's a Hawaii. I'm always confused with that, hi or Hawaii. So hello, Dawn. Thank you so much. Again, let me know again if the quality of the sound and the video is good. I think it is. Maybe let me know where you're streaming, where you're watching from. Of course, I know some of the regulars here, but there's a few others as well. Lisa, who is a channel member, congratulations on 100,000 subscribers. I always had faith in your channel that it would continue to grow. Thank you very much, Lisa. That's very nice. Sorry for doing this, by the way. I don't know what I'm doing with my hand a lot. So I've had Chris Bowman as well, another channel member. Thank you. It's very nice of you to join the live stream. I know some people do watch the live streams later because of the time difference where you are in the world. Leonardo, hello or hi. Good Leo, also a long-time subscriber of the channel and channel member. I'm here when your channel was at 5,000 subscribers. So happy I'd mentioned 100,000 then. Yeah, I think it was kind of, for me, it was more like a bit of a dream of hitting that number because I had a different channel before I started this one. And that one was kind of just going very slow. And then this one kind of just zoomed past it. So, yeah, thank you, Leo, for the faith in the channel. I guess that's the right word to say. Thank you so much. Again, Leonardo, hello. Randall, congrats on achieving the 70K milestone. Keep up the great content. Love your videos. Thank you. Just to let you know, everybody, there is also, if anybody wishes to support the channel, there is a pinned comment with a couple of different ways to send donations. People do ask a lot. Now, I literally was 2 days ago when I did the last live stream. Someone asked about sending Bitcoin. I've not gone into that and figured it out yet. But yes, there is the option if you're inside Russia, either SberBank or donation alerts. If you're outside Russia, donation alerts also does work. PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, and the direct way through YouTube is what's called Super Chats. Or if you do watch another video, another video, there is the option to do super thanks, which is basically putting a thank you on any video on the channel at any time. So there's a pinned comment in the description. For donation alerts, it does come up on a screen. Well, if I point this way, it's a bit further away today because the screens are so wide, but it does come up on the screen instantly that it shows up. Obviously, super chats come up in the comments. Yeah, things like PayPal and buy me a coffee ones, I see emails. SberBank, it goes to my bank. I don't tend to look at my phone during live streams. I am basically keeping a running total of the money that's going towards the apartment. Tomorrow, Tuesday, my wife is calling the bank because they're not open today because it was a holiday. And we're going to see what the situation is and how much of a percentage shareholder my wife has to become in getting a loan for the studio, because obviously we won't be able to buy it outright tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, but we are still sort of weighing up which apartment. We're going to go look at another apartment, excuse me, either tomorrow or Wednesday, again, near where we live here, because we did see there was quite a few that were available, but we're trying to look at the ones that are available through private sale versus the ones that are for sale with realtors. The one tomorrow, Wednesday, is a realtor. And in Australia, real estate agents or realtors are very keen. They're always available. They're always on the phone. They're always calling you. You're calling them. Here, it's like it's on their time, not really on the buyer's time, which is very interesting. You know, I mean, the idea as a realtor is to buy and sell properties very quickly. And if you're not sort of returning calls or answering messages or replying, then I don't know what to think of that. So, Christian Cruz also. Oh, we got a few channel members today. Excuse me. I've got a drink here. I have a tiny frog in my throat. Kind of came on from doing the other live stream. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, thank you. We got another channel channel member. Thank you very much for being here from Denmark, the home of Lego. Andy, hello. Congratulations, mate. Thank you so much. Yes, I think we're now at 70. I didn't have the... Oh, I should have put that up, shouldn't I? We should have done that as a screen share. Let me see if I can pull it up. What the number is now. It won't... It'll probably go down whenever I do this, not go up, because that's always the way when I do the... this one. Where are we? Let's just pull that apart. Right here. Just give me a second, everybody. Talk amongst yourselves. Can I do this? Yeah, like this. This is it, I think. Yes, like this and then like this. Let's do the screen sharing. So yeah, if anyone does do donation alerts, I'll be able to see it. And super chats, of course. Where is this window? There it is. How is that going to look on the screen? Oh, it looks a bit skew-if. Let's do that a little bit. We can't see this icon here. In Russia, the icons from YouTube are blocked. So they're coming up as what's called broken images. Apparently there's a way around it. With this browser, it's not, but the other browser that I used can be. So, yes. Oh, there we go. We can do that. And it's right there. So, yeah. Thank you, Andy. Yeah, 74.67 now. It might go up 1 or 2. Let's see. Or if it goes down, I think everybody loves to unsubscribe during the live stream. Gentlemen, hello. If you do speak, if you do type in Russian, I can't read it. So hopefully it's friendly. So yes, привет, здравствуйте. Thank you so much. Danik, hello. I think that's the same hello from 2 people. So yeah, sending a Coke to celebrate and promote your channel. Thank you, Marlene. Yes, thank you so much. I saw the email literally as the live stream started. So I don't know if you timed that to do that. So Yeah, I'm going to put a running total up. I'm going to make one of those, like, you know, those graphs that they have when the kids raise funds for trips and travel. So yeah. Oh, Dave, how's it going? Video and sound is great. Dave, all the way. I think you're in the UK still. You're back in the UK now, right? So thank you. Andy from London. Oh, London everywhere. Andy and Dave S. Good to see you guys. Thank you. 3 people from England in a row there. So, well, maybe we can keep live streaming till we get to 100,000. No, I don't think that's going to happen. Hi, Jose from Josie from Moscow. How about a video about the new mag store? Yes. Probably either tomorrow, depending on this, going to see this apartment, or Wednesday. I'll 100% go. I was kind of going to go to Avia Park, which is that Russia's biggest shopping center. There is actually those stores in Solaris, which is my local shopping center. I didn't walk through there yesterday when I came home from Moscow to go check if they'd opened in our shopping center or not. So, because I believe now Mag, which was Zara, I forgot the names now. Dub is Pull and Bear, and the third one is Stradivarius, I think, and that's got another name, Livit or Privet or Divot or something. So yeah, another person in Russian there. Russell something, I guess, with a thumbs up. So thank you. Geneva, I guess it's Geneva. Sorry, I'm sorry for mispronouncing. I'm sure 100,000 is possible. Yes, it's not so far away. Believe it or not, on the last live stream, we lost 7 subscribers between probably when it went live till tonight. I literally looked at it about 10 minutes ago, and it was -7 subscribers from the last live stream, which is kind of interesting, I think. Can that be smaller, or can I be? Oh, I don't want to be so big. Oh, that's all about. Let's just do the side by side. I think that's kind of good. You should get one over the beer shop. Oh, right. Yeah, if you want to buy an apartment, you should get one over the beer shop. Yeah, in that complex. Wow, they would be double or triple. Well, at least double the price of what we're looking at. Probably triple, considering how close it is to Moscow. It's very hard to kind of, when I've talked about this, like, geographically in Moscow, a lot of things are considered how close you are to the center of Moscow. The center being roughly Red Square, the Kremlin, that area inside the Garden Ring and the Third Ring of Moscow. And how much further you are away from that makes it that you're further away from Moscow. So where we are here, we're about 45 kilometers from Moscow. From my door to, I guess, the Kremlin, if you want to call it that, or Red Square, it's probably just over an hour. I have to walk to a bus stop to catch a bus. Then I'd get a metro. The Red Line would take me right there. I can walk out and literally be in the Red Square. So, yeah, that area where that beer shop was, I guess if you watch the beer shop video, right? Wish you make 80,000 soon. Fingers crossed. Yes. Hopefully it'll happen. Dauda Sakama. Thank you. Hello from Dublin. I like when people say where they're from. It's always fun. Yeah, we've gone up a few subscribers. Thank you. And I guess the likes are 86. Hello. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name there. Always good. Craig. Oh, well, I think you're the 4th channel member watching, or at least who's chatted anyway. I can't see people who aren't chatting. Only people who type something. So salute. Thank you very much. Adeboali. Russell, curious question. Do you know where the Embassy of Australia located in Moscow? Do I know where it is? Yes, I do. There's basically the embassy, and I think there's the consulate, where the Embassy of Australia is located in Moscow. Yeah. At the moment, the embassy, which was near Chistipudi metro station, they're not operating from there because the majority or almost all of the staff left Russia or went home. And there's basically what they consider a skeleton staff that operate in Moscow, and they're now operating out of the, I guess, the consulate's residence. But he has a very fancy residence, and it's very close to Park Kulture metro station, which is the metro station where you'd walk to Gorky Park or Park Kulture, Park Culture Park. And it's actually just around the corner from the New Zealand embassy as well. And I don't remember very well, but literally across the street from the Australian embassy, or where it is now, there's another embassy. The embassies tend to be grouped together in Moscow in certain areas. So yes, I definitely know where it is, and I've definitely been there. I've not been inside. I went with a friend before we went to Australia. He had to go pick up his new passport. He arranged for a new passport in Moscow and picked it up. He's from St. Petersburg, but they couldn't send it to him. So he had to come to Moscow to pick it up from the embassy. So we went there. We literally went to the gate. That was it. We didn't get inside or anywhere close. Joey, hello to Iowa. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Congratulations. I wish you make 80,000. Good luck from the UK. Oh, lots of people from England. I guess the time's good for UK audience, right? I guess not so good for Australia, New Zealand. And it's early morning in America. So yeah, I guess for Europe, it's great timing, this live stream. I wish you make 80,000 soon. Fingers crossed. Good luck. Yes. Greetings from the Netherlands. Martin. Is it Martin or Martin? I keep thinking like of Elise Mertens, the tennis player. Martin. From Germany, living in the US now, Oklahoma to be exact. Craig. Oh, nice. German living in Oklahoma. I'm thinking of going to Russia in the summer. What would be the security at the airport be like for a British person? No problems at all. Literally. Just arrive. Obviously, you've got the visa in already before you leave. So make sure you got your visa. Yeah, no problems at all. As long as you've got everything, all your ducks in a row, no problems at all. I mean, just don't be outlandish. I guess that's the big thing in Moscow. Just sort of blend in and you're good. I mean, I try to blend in, probably not as much in summertime or now it's spring when I wear shorts out and stuff like that. But in winter, black beanie, black jacket, black pants, black gloves, scarf. You look like everybody else in Moscow, but yeah, not a problem at the airport. And actually, when we flew to Bali and back, we went to Australia in the middle of that. I would say the arrival and departure, probably more so the arrival, was the easiest I've had through the airport in Moscow of all my trips. Even with all the times I've had a visa or a now residency, the arrival this time was literally just straight through. So yeah, I say it's easier than it used to be. Hello from South Carolina. I love your videos. Hope you reach your goal soon. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, 70,000 subscriber celebration. I'll cheers with my Dobro. Sorry, it's not something else, but hello, people of Moscow. Yeah, there's people from, I would imagine there's somebody from Moscow watching. I'm not too sure. Looking at everybody's names, maybe there's a few from around Russia, but Joseph Johnson, hello. Yes, Russell, back in the UK, just received my Russian visa for Russia. So July, August, so we can meet up and have some donuts. Yes, 1,000% we'll meet up. I'll either come to you, or if you're in Moscow, we'll meet up in Moscow. But if not, I can come down to where you are. No worries at all. In Somolensk. Yes. Aloha from somewhere over the Pacific of Hawaii. Oh, Hawaii. It's Hawaii. Hawaii. Mahalo and Kahala. Is that right? Mahalo. Melikaliki Moka. That's my Hawaiian words that I know. I want to see a zoo with an elephant. Yeah, Moscow Zoo. I need to go there. I'll probably wait till it gets warmer, which will be too warm for all the animals. They'll all be hiding. I haven't actually ever been to the Moscow Zoo. I've walked past it a few times. I've never literally been there. So yeah, I guess I'll need to make a point of going there at some point. Krylasko. Hello from Krylasko. James O'Hara. Okay, I'm not sure, James, where that is, but if you can put like a bigger place. I love to watch your videos because I speak English plus or minus good, and your videos are an ASMR. Gentlemen, that's interesting. I didn't know I had that kind of soothing, calming voice so much, but thank you so much. Now we're aiming for 100,000. Yes, that would be very nice. I think we've gained a few subscribers today. So yeah, thank you for the support of the channel. It's very nice. And if anybody does any kind of donations to the channel, even better. Remember, if you do want to become a 0.0001% investor in me buying a apartment for 50 rubles, it's, what was it, 48 point, I think, what was the last amount we looked at? Every time there's new subscriber gets added, the price per person comes down. So based on what number was it? Based on 70,197, it was 49 rubles 85 per person, or 61 cents US. So I guess that number's come down a fraction every time. That's based on buying the apartment that we're looking at buying, or I'm looking at buying. I want to try and do this without my wife, but obviously the financial, the paperwork side of it might be a little bit tricky. But as a foreigner, I can buy property in Russia. It's just obviously more paperwork, but yes, I think that's, thank you in for 70,000. Maybe that's, is that Maxim? I'm not sure, sorry. I want to see every subway station in Moscow. Still several I have not seen. Yeah, there's a lot to see, Joseph. Really, there is a ton to see, not just a few. Even doing a video on one line, you're looking at more than an hour video if I was to show each station in one video of one individual line. Oh, Vegas. Hello, Irina. Crazy. At Las Vegas. I just watched, maybe, well, a while ago now, there's a channel called Sophia Nygaard. She lives, I think they live in California, I think. I'm not sure, maybe Texas. And she did 2 videos. She's got a few million subscribers, but she visited every hotel on the Las Vegas Strip. She did it over 2 videos. Very, very good videos. Sophia Nygaard. So if you, maybe you're from Vegas, you're not so bothered, but maybe if you want to see someone else's opinion of it. Very nice apartment. Yes, an apartment would be expensive, but who doesn't want to live over a beer shop? And imagine the money you would save on taxis home when you're drunk. Yes, that beer shop actually has that tasting room at the very, very end of the video. We did the little mini beers. It was really more for fun just to do the mini beer tasting, but they have like a tasting room and they organize events and they invite people to come and taste beer. Obviously, it's all about selling more beer, right? But I kind of curious about that when I was in there. I'm like, why do they have like tables and chairs or a counter set up? And the lady said that people would never leave because people just keep drinking and not leave. David S., thanks for the mention. Yes, you're welcome. We'll continue watch until the end. Still loving your channel, mate. Thanks, Dave. That's so nice of you. I'm going to call you Dave. Sorry. Whenever you're saying mate, I would assume you're English, Australian, New Zealand, American. So just subscribed to you, but looked at you 2 days ago. Good luck. Thank you. Oh, Valdez. Hello. Valdez Miller. The only Valdez I know is Exxon Valdez. Do you remember that oil tanker that ran aground in Alaska? I've actually been to the port there. Which one was? It's called Valdez. Is the actual port where the ship ran aground. And there's a bar, supposedly, where the captain or the guy on the bridge was drinking. And there's a seat at the bar kind of in honor of this guy, which obviously is not a positive thing, but I guess the bar's infamous for that now, that's where they drunk. Thank you, Edit. Flopper Mastery. Hello, Russell. I've always wondered if you know Russian. In your videos, I saw that you understand what is written and where, but did not hear you speak Russian. Yes, I know a little bit of Russian, malenki по-русски, but not enough for a conversation. But I can get enough words together to make small talk, but not really a lot. It's noon in America. Oh, there we go. 8:14 p.m. here in Moscow right now. So, Martin. Martin, indeed. There we go. Thank you. Sorry. Just don't take a vape and weed. Just don't take vape and weed with you. Yes, Keith. Now, yesterday, by the way, if anybody saw the post on the Telegram channel, I went to a vape convention. I was going to make a video, and I did partly film some things. Most of it doesn't really come out very well because it was too loud in there, because they had like a DJ, they had music absolutely pumping in there. But I went to a convention that was about vaping, and I met a couple of subscribers, and we hung out for pretty much the whole day, right up into getting on the metro and going our own ways afterwards. And the two guys that I met actually work in a vape store. Vaping's a thing in Russia. Yeah, it was interesting to go to that. We met a couple of YouTubers who make vape content on YouTube channels, which is interesting. They sort of spotted them, right, as they kind of considered the YouTubers as celebrities. Do you plan to settle in Russia? Lynn, that's something that's a tough question, because we kind of every day we kind of come up with another idea about back to Australia, stay here, back to Australia. Because both of us have our residency for either country, we have the abilities to get on a plane and go, but then we're both kind of happy here in the current situation right now, for instance, right? So, yeah, we're kind of happy how we are. We do have 12 different plans, about 6 per day that differ. My idea about buying an apartment or a studio apartment that'll be a rental is to try to be debt free. Obviously, buying an apartment puts you in debt. I understand that part. But the idea is to try to work hard and pay it off, and not have a mortgage ultimately. I think everybody's dream is that, right? But we're trying to work towards it. And we banned elephants in Illinois. What's going on? Chicago has no elephants. Moscow. Oh, James is in Moscow. Or Moscow. I'm not sure where. Well, you've typed in Russian again, and I can't read the Russian lettering. I can read a couple of letters, but not all of them. If you're planning a trip to Crimea, I advise you to visit the Snow White Beach, Belyas. My wife has sort of suggested against me going down that way, although she's been many times when she was younger with her parents. I am possibly going to go on a trip to visit a friend in Kyrgyzstan in the next couple of weeks. He's just moved there now at the moment, and he wants me to come and visit him in Kyrgyzstan. It's a 4-hour flight from Moscow. Have you been to Dolgopoli? It's a nice town in Moscow region to the northwest of Moscow. What is your view of Moscow's suburbs in general? Ekaterina, I live in the southwest of Moscow, Narofominsk. I don't know the place that you're mentioning. There's a lot of places in Moscow region, like really is. Where we live is a nice quiet part of Moscow region. It's not busy with people. Obviously, lots of families, lots of kids, lots of people in the playground all the time, which I like to always see. I like the suburbs of Moscow. I don't know if I could probably live, excuse me, closer to Moscow. I mean, the convenience of being able to get around is great, but I don't literally need to be in Moscow center every day of the week. My wife now has a studio, her nail salon studio here in our building. So she used to go to Moscow every day for work, or every other day pretty much. And she's now got away from doing that herself. So I like discovering new parts of Moscow. I like the fact where we live here, everything's fairly easy to get to, walking wise and convenience wise. Hello from St. Petersburg, Ruben 3HD. Ruben, why you don't make videos with Baklakov live? I don't think he lives in Moscow. Isn't he from St. Petersburg? He has very differing opinions, I would say, than mine. He's got a very specific agenda, I guess you can call it that. When you watch him doing live streams, sometimes he doesn't acknowledge everybody. He doesn't acknowledge certain things that people mention in the commenting. I did like him quite a few years ago when I really was, before I did this YouTube channel. And he's from Ufa, which is where my wife is from. So I even watched videos when he was originally one of the original Russian in English YouTubers. Ciao. Molto bravo. Thank you, Roma. Oh, yes. Ciao. Buonasera. Disappointed last one I saw. Someone insulted him and he was overly sensitive. I like his current project. I know he does sort of driving around to different places. I don't watch every one of his videos. I watch an occasional one. I don't watch all of them. So, greetings from 6.54 kilometers northeast of Red Square. Wow, that's like Vedenhar area. I don't know how far Vedenhar is on northeast. I think that's as much as I know northeast of Moscow, Vedenhar and Europolis. I need to get back to that shopping center to make a video. Europolis. That's a crazy big shopping center as well. You look elegant today. How much money have you amassed for your Isolate project? Yes, I shaved today. I have another t-shirt on. Now this t-shirt my sister made. Sorry, I feel like I'm talking into the microphone here. Just hide the comment for a second. With margarine on. So my sister's son wears a brand of clothing called Butter. So if you know the difference between butter and margarine and things like that. So my sister made this for me as a bit of a joke to wear one day when we went round there, and I had it under a sweatshirt, and I just took my sweatshirt off and I had this on. He didn't notice at first, but it's kind of a bit of because the t-shirts from Butter are like $50, $70, $80 for a t-shirt. My sister made this with a cheap t-shirt from like Target or Kmart. And then she's got the printing machine. So she actually just got the images and the font and made this for me. So I don't know the exact total, Bonnie. We'll see probably by today how it combines together with today. If people are kind of want to celebrate through the channel for, what do you call this? Super chats and things like that, or donation alerts. It's all there for people. I don't have a running total right in front of me, but I am keeping a close eye on it because it's just interesting and it's fun to just put it together as part of that. So yes, I look better. My wife, even when she came home, she didn't notice I had my head turned to the computer. And she's like, oh, what have you done? 12:15 Central Standard Time in the US. Thank you. That's a lot of pins and fireworks, I think they are. Pins and fireworks. Yeah, that's balloon popping, I think, isn't it? Had pothole used to Russians. Used to Russia being near perfect. Yeah, there's potholes everywhere. That's normal. There's potholes in Australia, not just here in Russia. Dave from London, mate. Must have been an Australian in a previous life. Yes. The backpacking culture, right? Aussies go to England. All the English come to Australia. If anyone, just for something interesting, I live in Perth, so that's on the west coast of Australia. So the most famous beach in Sydney is called Bondi Beach. And that's where all the tourists want to go, particularly British tourists and a lot of European tourists as well. But they've got a kind of a shore break there where the waves come in, and they call it Backpackers Reef, which is where all the backpackers get sort of sucked out to. They've got to be rescued. So, hello. I've changed my Russian life to other EU or US country. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but I'm not sure. You're doing a great work. Thank you, Roma. Thank you so much. Are you going to visit St. Petersburg? More than likely, I'll visit other places sooner, not St. Petersburg, if I go to Kyrgyzstan in the next couple of weeks. I'm talking about it like it's just easy to go there, right? And it kind of is. Like in Perth, we talk about just flying to Bali, which is 3.5 hours away from Perth. Hi, yeah, that's the dream, to be debt-free. Yeah, this is the thing with this studio apartment. Do we want to spend 3.5 million, which is what goal I've kind of talked about, which is this 50 ruble kind of number? Do we want to spend 5 million, which is essentially 30,000 Australian dollars more, and pay for one locally here for 5 million, which we looked at the other day, which we liked? What do we want to pay even more? I mean, there's no number you can't pay. So have you visited any English-speaking clubs here in Moscow? I'm a regular member of one. We have several native speakers who are also regulars. I haven't, no. I have messaged a couple of different people on Facebook groups where they've asked for people to come along, and one of them even wanted and were willing to pay for native speakers to be part of it. Maybe they didn't have enough. So no, I've not. I've been to my local school twice. They invited me just as a guest to come along. And one of the second time we actually had lunch with the kids. We had a pizza party, which is cool. Actually, I think all the kids paid like a few rubles each to chip in to buy the pizza, to have a pizza party. So yeah, these English-speaking clubs, it interests me a lot, this. I've never been to one in Moscow. I've seen them sort of on Facebook groups. I don't follow Facebook enough now because you need to log in with VPN, and it's just too many steps. I'm not on Facebook as much as I used to be. Roma Food, subscribe to you. So many pizzas. Oh, maybe you have a channel. That'll be interesting if you do. Please visit St. Petersburg. Yes, I've got a few friends there, so it is a plan to come there. Strogino. Kristoskoya is next to Strogino. West Moscow, blue line on the metro line. Yes. Yeah, if we come through, if I walk to my train station here and then the train goes to Kievskaya train station, Kievsky Boxal, that's the blue line as well. So we went to Moscow to buy a car. Hello Talk language learning app. The application allows you to create some kind of conversation club in English or just make streams. No, I haven't. Hello Talk language learning app. I'll have to put that, type that over here, so I'll look at that afterwards. I'm not sure about it, so yeah, I'll check that up on it afterwards. I liked his college tour video. I guess you're talking about someone else. I didn't go to any colleges. All my respect to you, Russell. Thanks for answering. No worries. Hey, Russell, sorry about for abusing this way of communication through chat, but can you check your email after your live stream? Sorry again, and thanks in advance. Alexander, no worries. I will check my email afterwards. Yeah, pretty much Gmail is what I use. So I want to see a Russian art college. Oh, Baklakov went to a Russian art college. Oh, cool. Yeah, I guess he's kind of got a little bit more in on doing that kind of thing. It's not probably my thing to do because I really just don't know the history of places. I don't know how to talk about it or explain it. So, sorry, drink time. Oh, gosh. It's tasty. And I have to confess, I do not know what a Russian art college would be like. Yes. I love your videos. I liked Moskovich. Or You've got to do, apparently it's not got a K in it. It's Moskvich, which is basically the name for a native person from Moscow. I would say Moscovite, but Moskovich. one of the most so far. But I'm watching that retroactively, as I just found out recently about the channel. Greetings from Croatia. Oh, by the way, it's 7:23 in Croatia. Oh, brat, stajima, brate, momentum ori, stajima. I forgot all my Croatian words that I know. I know jagoda is strawberry. Mala jagoda, little strawberry. Yeah, there is a plan. I'm going to cough. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. There is a plan to go to do a test drive of a Moskovich via going to the Moskovich plant or the factory where they're making them in Moscow. I'm still sorting it out with the lady who has invited me there. So yeah, that'll be pretty cool. 80,000 soon, fingers crossed. Thank you. Am I reading the right same stuff? Oh, why donation alerts was turned off? It's not off. It's definitely on. What do you mean it's off? I've got it set up on the screen here. I'll stop this. And I'll even show you, because I don't like to show people the values of what people send, but for the sake of the video, I will. So that's the donation alerts widget right there. That if somebody sends a donation alerts, it literally pops up. This is from 100 days ago, 80 days ago, 60 days ago, 11 days ago, 1 day ago. So yeah, it's definitely there. So yeah, I'm sorry if it's not working, but if anyone wants to try it to test it, it'll pop up on the screen right in front of you if anyone wants to do that. How about I just leave that there if anybody's... That works for anybody inside or outside Russia, by the way. So, yeah, by the way, if anyone does do donations, it doesn't go towards me going on, going on holiday, going to buy a new, I don't know, pair of jeans or anything. It goes back into the channel for content, purely for content, to buy the items that I use for streaming. To buy this apartment would actually be the dream, this 50 ruble. If every subscriber gives 50 rubles, we can buy an apartment together in Moscow, or Moscow region anyway. So yeah, that's each one of these that are here on this donation alerts, either super chats or SberBank. Maleni did buy me a coffee. I know there's too many things, but people like different options. And somebody did say they'd send me 1 Bitcoin when Bitcoin gets to 100,000 per coin. So I need to set it up and hope it goes up quickly. Expected because it is huge with few people. Yes, one big pothole. Sorry, I can't read this. Hopefully it's a nice word. Northeast from Red Square, it is near... Oh, Sokolniki Park. Oh, beautiful place. And now the new Big Circle line has a closer stop. Well, maybe not necessarily closer, but it's an easier walk to Sokolniki Park, right? And I know you can also get the tram there as well. I got the right park? I know where you are, though. I know Sokolniki Park. Keep up, YouTube YouTube colleague, Igor from Russia. Oh, how's it going? Здравствуйте. From Melbourne, 3:25 in the morning in Melbourne. Aussie. Oh, Mossy. My wife wants to watch yesterday's episode of Farmer Wants a Wife. We couldn't download it last night, so hopefully it's there today and we can watch Sunday's episode. I'm also watching Lego Masters. So I'm watching Lego Masters. My wife is watching Farmer Wants a Wife. She wants a different Aussie, not me. So she wants one of these Aussie farmers. If you don't know what Farmer Wants a Wife is, it's a reality show where single farmers who live in rural Australia go on a show where they date a whole bunch of ladies and hopefully they find their wife. What is your favorite place in Moscow? I like where we live here in Aprelivka. I like just generally going out into Moscow and going to different shopping centers. I think just going there for a few hours at a time doesn't give you that, I really like this area, I like that area, I like this area. I think living here for so long in this area where we are, I've got used to it. I feel comfortable. Looking at this 3.5 million ruble apartment in Vidno region, Vidnoy, where my wife bought her place quite a few years ago now. We know that area as well. I spent almost a week there when we were doing the remodeling of the kitchen. Look, it's just a micro district in Moscow. It's a sleeping district. It's not beautiful there. There's a lot more nicer park areas closer into the center of Moscow. So it's very hard to say I like this area or that area. I like just walking around Moscow center. I can do that every day of the week. I can literally just go walk the streets and see something new and stare at buildings. So, there we go. Everyone's telling me how far they live from Red Square, 26 kilometers northeast. So that's even further out from Sokolniki Park and Vedenha area. Zelenograd here. Hey, Russell. Dr. Bill, how's it going? Здравствуйте. You're so great. Thank you for your work. Thank you, Sanity. That's so nice. Thank you, everybody who's live. 71 people, 130 likes. Thank you so much. And if anyone can tell me why donation alert supposedly is not working, I don't know. You see, I don't get lots of donations. It's not really a thing on the channel. It's here. It's possible. It works when it works. But it's I don't know. I guess I need a needier cause than me trying to buy a studio apartment. Maybe I need to start off smaller. Like I need to buy a car, or I need to buy, I don't know, a microwave. When we first started the channel, if anyone is one of the original viewers of the live streams, particularly, the goal was just to buy my wife a microwave and a toaster and a kettle. And some of the original subscribers will know that as part of my live streams. Let's do a stream together. Can show a couple of St. Petersburg jewels. Nice. Yeah, also Dimmer from Russia. Dimmer from Russia is there. He's back in St. Petersburg. And Aussie Spy is also in St. Petersburg as well, another channel. Why did you not do other videos in Australia? Giacomo, I didn't really want to film things when I was with my parents and my sister and her kids, which I spent most of the 9 days with, pretty much all of the 9 days with at least with my parents and my sister's family. I definitely didn't want to film things when I was with them. They know I do YouTube. They know it's a thing. I don't really do blogging or vlogging, as they call it, with a V. I do kind of title intensive videos where they're title specific. So that was pretty much a reason why. We didn't have enough time really for me just to have like a spare half a day to go out on my own without my wife. My wife doesn't like to be in the videos. And I don't really want to sort of film things where she's sort of in the video sometimes, so she has promised me, I know we were in Bali already, but if we go back to Bali, I really want to do like hotel reviews or hotel stay videos, or kind of informational videos about how to get to the beach, how to get from the airport and things like that, kind of videos. So yeah, that's why I didn't really do too many, I just did the one at the airport of the escalator, right? So are you learning Russian? I'm not learning it literally. I'm probably learning a word or so a day. But I'm not learning it specifically. Good afternoon, Luca. How's it going? About 5 minutes after they leave the train station or the airport. Yes, Moscovite. Yeah, they're the only places I don't really love in Moscow is kind of the areas around, through the, I'm not at the airport a lot, but that kind of walk out of the airport where there's those kind of guys hanging around everywhere. There's not really ladies hanging around, mostly guys. And then a couple of the bigger train stations where there's people hanging around. That's my 2 minutes of not liking Moscow when I walk out of one of the main train stations or the bus or the airport. If the YouTube thing doesn't plan out, you could always definitely do the Jack Black celebrity lookalike. Thank you. Yes, I don't know today now with the shaved look. Do I look less like him? I know he's always got like a fairly big beard. So good morning from Melbourne. Yes. Yeah, the Eagles and the Dockers both lost on the weekend. I was very, very not happy. My wife kind of watches when she sees me watching, and she's always because we went to a game, not this trip, definitely a couple of years ago when we were living there. Anyway, we went to a game. Greetings from Serbia. Thank you. Bought the Moscovich car and said he was going to drive to the Pacific Ocean, but I guess economics is stopping him. I still, Joseph, no, I mean, don't get me wrong. I should really be supportive of other YouTubers. I don't know if he bought that car. I mean, I'd like to see him in another video with that car to know that he bought that car. Because obviously he could just go to the dealership like I went to the dealership, and he can make a video like I made a video. And he can go for a test drive. I mean, I didn't go for one. I didn't really pre-arrange to go for one, so obviously that could be set up like he did. Whether or not he purchased it and drove out of the dealership with it, I don't know. So he backtracked a bit. There you go. Please, could you say a big hello to Rina from St. Petersburg? Oh, здравствуйте, Rina. Do you remember your replies? Great news that you've made friends with people from Russia. Yes. Still in touch. Yes, I've made lots of friends in Moscow. St. Petersburg, pretty much people through YouTube. So Dimmer and Aussie Spy, I've met a couple of times. He came to Moscow and we hung out twice. And he made videos on his Aussie Spy channel. Dimmer I've not met up with. Real Moscow Projects, who was in the channel, live streams every now and again. I've met them a few times. So yeah, definitely got friends. Mostly I just chat with them through Telegram. But we're always here. Moscow's not an easy place just to go and see somebody because it's not close as it would be in Australia just to get in a car and drive there. So goes to pizza. Igor agreed with you. I like you both. Oh, thank you. From Manila, Philippines. Hello. Pencil the artist. Wow. Got to leave the oven. Got to leave oven cleaning day. You can come and clean our oven if you like. My wife was contemplating getting a cleaner for our kitchen. And then the lady quoted like a crazy price. And my wife was like, I can clean it myself. So we had that idea of getting someone in just to come and like do a once a month kind of thing. But then the prices were equivalent to Australian prices. We really just need like some lady, I'm sorry, ladies, but some lady who might be living in our building who would just be willing to come and just do a little bit of something. But that's not going to work out. So that's that. Can you go to Lake Baikal? Sure. Yeah, it's just, 3,000 miles away from here. Haley, I'll just pop over there now and make a video tomorrow. I'll be back on Wednesday. I wish it was that close. Oh, congratulations. Thank you. Sorry for not acknowledging the words. I guess I should get that first letter as C because I know Solaris, Krasiba. Yeah, that is pretty far, yes. Thought Moscovich sounds like a sandwich made in Moscow, not a car. Moscovich. Yeah, I pretty much pronounced it wrong the entire video. So if you've watched that video, yeah, they're making now another version of it. And also that you can also get them also on the I don't know if we can or we can't do that, but you can actually get it on the car rental app now on Belka Car. I've got Belka Car here, which is the one where you can rent look how many car rentals I can rent. And is there anywhere I live? Well, there's one, but it's not a. That's the car that I can go and rent right now. It's a Kia Rio. For 10 rubles per minute, I can rent a car, which is walking distance from me. But you can actually now rent the Moscovich 3 on this map. But there's not many of them. Oh, there's a few. So on this map here, these are all the car rentals in Moscow. Sorry for the light there. And they're actually Moscoviches that you can rent somewhere in Moscow. So if you're from Russia and you know about Belka Car or Yandex Car or what's the other one that I've got? The other one is Delhi Mobile. But you can actually go and rent Moscoviches. And I think that the Russian or the Moscow mayor and the local government are pushing to put these cars into car rental and car sharing agreements. Moscovich means a witch that lives in Moscow. Huh. Oh, what happened there? My chat jumped like crazy. Will you ever make a video about how you and your wife met? If my wife would be in a video, I want her to be in a live stream so that we can both talk and answer questions. So I think you guys need to somehow convince her to be in a live stream. And then we'll have to do something. Russell, congratulations. Thank you, Natalia. Some way to get her on a live stream. Hey, tried to make them in Australia, but they all turned upside down. Yes. Was there about leaving your family when you had to return to Moscow? Guy, well, you mean this trip when we were there? Yeah, I mean, look, we were there for a short time. We kind of planned that trip inside the trip to and from Bali. Obviously, it was very tough. We went primarily for my dad's birthday. My dad had his 75th birthday on the 19th of March. So that was pretty much the main reason to go to Australia, was for his birthday and have a big family get together. I got his brother to come, who he and his brother hadn't seen each other for probably 3 years. So I convinced his brother to come along and do that, which was really amazing night to do that. So yeah, did I have reservations about leaving? It's kind of tough to say that. I mean, you can get comfortable in 2 minutes when you're back home, right? We rented a car. I knew wherever we were driving. We didn't need a GPS. You know, we knew places where we wanted to go. My wife knew places because we'd lived there for 1.5 years previously. So it was kind of coming home, but not really, right? We stay with my parents. You look younger without the beard. Yes, I think that's the common agreement from everybody. Thank you. So I just Googled it. Melbourne is 14,000 kilometers from Moscow, and Singapore Airlines does it a one-stop flight. Melbourne, no, does it really? I don't think. I know they do the one. They used to do the flight Perth to London, and then they changed it from Darwin to London, didn't they? And then the Sydney, LA, Sydney, New York. That would be crazy if they do one from Moscow to Melbourne. I know pretty much. I mean, we did Doha or Qatar Airways for our flights. So I guess it's from Melbourne. I think is it 12 or 14 hours to Doha, and then Doha to Moscow is only 5 hours. So yes, Ufa. My wife is from Ufa, 1,165 kilometers east of Red Square. Is it that close? I felt like it was longer when we flew there. My wife is from Ufa. Her relatives her family is from Davlekanova, which is a kind of a region of Ufa. Davlekanova. Yeah, we stayed there for almost a week. Not last year now. My wife is contemplating going back. If I go to Kyrgyzstan for a week, she's going to go to Ufa for a week. So yeah, we really liked Ufa. Obviously, she's from there. I did my very first or second video on the channel. I did a hotel review of the hotel in Moscow, in Ufa Center. I don't know the name of it now. Oh, Hilton Garden in Ufa. It's on the channel if you want to watch it. No need to for the snarky response. I think people are just putting generally how far people live. I don't think it's really about that, Holly. Oh, sorry. Okay, I think you're talking to me about Lake Baikal. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, I get it a lot, Holly, where people ask about, can you? Someone actually asked the other day, can you go to the Moscow Day events next week in Red Square, which they close off to the public. Red Square was closed off already a couple of days ago when I went, and certain things are impossible to do. No matter how much you know or who you know or don't know, it's impossible to do things very easily, so you should definitely go there. Yes, thank you. How do you transfer money from your Australian account to your Russian account nowadays? We use a lady in Perth who we send money to, and then she sends money to my wife's account. So I literally just do bank to bank in Australia, and then she does bank to bank in Russia. So she needs dollars, we need rubles, and it all works out. So it's actually things like where people, like Marlene did the buy me a coffee, or buy me a Coke, I call it. I can send that money to myself. By sending it to the lady, it comes through to my wife's bank. My wife ended up with all the money basically anyway, so I think the cross country. Can you rent a car without an international driver's license? No, that's not. I have an international driver's license, and I have it connected to that app. Actually, both apps. That app, Belka Car, is the one I always use. Delhi Mobile, I don't use very much. We mostly just use it for driving to the local shops where we live. We've used it a couple of times to go over to my wife's studio and back. And actually, when we used to go to IKEA, we used to drive to IKEA and back. City Drive, Yandex Drive, yeah, all of these, yes. Yeah, pretty much Belka Car is the one we use because it's just easy. I'll just use it and drive to the train station and back, literally half an hour. 10 rubles a minute. It's pretty easy to rent a car for a few dollars. Good to see you. Thank you. Alfonso, I just got up. Leo, how's it going? Good to see you. Sorry, yeah, it's a little bit earlier than the normal live streams. By the way, 153 likes. Thank you so much for people who are doing likes. Leo, there's other channel members here as well. It's good to see you also. I'd love to visit Russia someday, but at least get to a little bit of it here. Yes, Brendan. It's a good place to come at something. I mean, look, everywhere in the world, I think we all want to visit different places, right? So, sorry, let's take a drink. I mean, how many places do I want to go back to? That's interesting. I mean, it's I don't really have a list that long of places I want to go to. Hello from Sweden. Can you visit other Russian cities? Yes, I can. I kind of have plans of going to certain places. I kind of work a lot around my wife's work schedule. And now we've got the non-working days coming up kind of this weekend. My friends invited me to Kyrgyzstan. So if I can work out getting a ticket there, I've arranged with him now the dates to go. So you're Russian as well. Hello. By osmosis, I get it. The different alphabet does my head in. Yes. Why do they delay the celebration? Why do they delay the celebration? This celebration? Are you talking about? Or the Russia Day celebration? I'm not sure. No speak English. Hello from Chicago. Dawn, hello. Oh, I think you were in the... I shouted out because you did one of the first comments on the live stream. If so, how much time did you... did I get used to the Russian weather? Yes. The first trip I did nearly 10 years ago was winter. So I literally stepped off the plane very badly dressed. I already did bring a jacket and pants and shoes and boots and things like that with me, knowing it was going to be cold. I prefer the cold personally. I like colder weather. I don't like days like today where it's only 10 degrees and overcast and a bit windy. I kind of either like sunny or very cold, either very hot or very cold. Didn't take me really too long. I would say the first season or the first year. Ooh, I'm very sorry. To get used to the weather. I like seasonal weather. I'm not a big lover of this spring where it's kind of flying back from Bali. We kind of left snow in Moscow. A month later, everything was gone. So when we got back off the plane, it was back to, no snow here, right? So, it was nice to come back to no snow. But I just tend to now, this springtime catches me out with, do I wear a thick jacket? Do I wear a thin jacket? Do I wear a hoodie? Do I wear a sweater? Do I wear, I never know what to wear now, because 10 degrees, or it's now 8 degrees according to the weather on my computer here, it's just a little bit cool, whereas 15, 17, 18 degrees is kind of a winter's day in Australia, in Perth anyway. So it's kind of manageable, that kind of weather. What's the best Russian dish I've tasted? I'd say shashlik. When we go to our friend's house here in Aprelivka, her husband, our friend's husband, Losha, does very nice shashlik. Like in Australia, my sister's husband is kind of the barbecue master, and he does good steaks on the barbecue, sausages. Yeah, I think shashlik. I mean, I know it's barbecued meat, in essence, and barbecued veg, and to have like mushrooms, barbecued mushrooms, is very nice. I had pilmeni tonight for dinner, by the way. My wife kind of came home right as the live stream was about to start. That's why I changed it 15 minutes. And I had pilmeni. I had some food a little bit earlier, so I'm not very hungry now at 9 o'clock, but yeah, pilmeni with a little bit of sour cream or ketchup or tomato ketchup is very nice, or Heinz tomato sauce. Yeah, I like donuts, ponchik. Congratulations on reaching 70,000 subscribers. I'm not sure this cough or this cold or this frog in my throat, if it's from doing that live stream the other day or not, or I don't know how, because it's kind of come out of nowhere. It's just this tiny, kind of irritating cough that I've got. More visits to the Russian McDonald's. Yeah, I've not been back there for a while. I really genuinely haven't. I really don't go unless I go to make the videos. So if I can make another one. I guess unless they've changed the menu, I don't know. I don't think they'd already introduced the kids menu, the Happy Meals, or whatever they were calling it in Russian. I showed that on my last video. Do you follow both Russian and traditional and Russian Australian traditions at home? Kind of for Christmas we do. We acknowledge when there's like a holiday, like we had Anzac Day the other day. We kind of just talked about it. They didn't do anything in Moscow. Unfortunately, they did an event in St. Petersburg, but not in Moscow. So I wish I could have done something for that by going to they went to a memorial and put poppies on a memorial in Moscow, in St. Petersburg. So yeah, I mean, my wife knows about, watching football on the weekends, if that's a tradition. I think that's a tradition for me, Saturday, Sunday. She likes watching The Block and then Farmer Wants a Wife. So I don't know about other Australian traditions as such, but she definitely got into it. She understands it from living there and, and taking the trips there. Now, like they do on Current Affair, where the person is the shadows. Yes, Mozzie. I think we'll definitely have to have her on a live stream. I've got the second microphone too, so we can definitely clip microphones on each other. Hopefully it'll work. Every time I say that, it doesn't, but I literally only speak English. When I worked on the cruise ships, I always used to say I speak Australian. Because they were always curious what languages you speak, and crew members have got to write multiple languages. So I always made that joke that I speak Australian. Mayo and ketchup. Oh, I don't try pilmeno with mayonnaise, but cream cheese I like. His wife did a live before. Yes, when we were in the other place, we did. I'm not sure if the microphones. We did set up the camera and the laptop. We changed the whole setup. This was in our other apartment in the same building, and I put it nicely with the screen so that we could read it. I set up the sofa so we could both sit there. And then towards the end of it, she just sort of I think she just got bored of sitting there for so long. I guess we should just do like a 60-minute only live stream and not do a kind of a longer one like I like to do. So, Vitali, hello, what's up? Not too much. Just trying to celebrate, or at least talk about the 70,000 subscriber live stream. And reaching 70,000 subscribers is such a big, any of the milestones. So really for me was the 1,000, 10,000, I guess 50,000. I don't think I've done all the celebrations really. I was just looking back on the channel. If there was others that I'd done, I can make a playlist, but it's just live streams really, not, physical videos. So that's my wife. Yeah. Almost anything. Yes. That is the title of the Almost Anything Live. Yeah, I think we need to do that one again. Halem Pace. Sorry. We don't own a car, David. So I've only rented the car where we drove to the shops and back. I wouldn't do a car rental and go on the highway here, even on Kiev. The nearest highway for us is Kiev Highway, which goes from southeast of Moscow into the center of Moscow. Even driving over to where IKEA was in Tropolistan, or to Vidno where our studio is, my wife's studio, is a bit much. Yeah, definitely no snow driving skills at all, zero. I'm more than happy not to drive in snow. Yeah. To Mauritius or to Estonia? No, I didn't go to either place. I went on a cruise out of Sydney to the Pacific Islands, to Fiji, Vanuatu, these places. I did a cruise for 2 weeks as a vacation, literally on my own though, not with my wife. I went to St. Petersburg on a cruise ship. One trip, we did one Baltic itinerary from London, but we didn't go to Tallinn. So I was in Helsinki, which is just across the bay from there, and they do the ferries back and forward. But I was at the shipyard in Helsinki for that, so I just saw the downtown of Helsinki only. Roma food, hello. Well, I can't see when people doing. I guess that's just clapping. You're on YouTube and all yours about this country. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much. I know I've said thank you a lot tonight. I do appreciate people who do watch videos as they come on the channel within, so many hours of it being on there. There's definitely a community around the channel. If anyone does have Telegram, there is a Traveling with Russell channel that you can follow, and I post more things there. Particularly when I go out, I like to post things of the metro stations, of just scenery. The photo yesterday with the guys that I met at the vaping convention. So, do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite grocery store in Moscow? By the way, my best friend lives in Vidno, a nice town. Yes, it's really funny because the apartment building, or at least the administration for my visa, and there's an apartment building on top of it. Completely unrelated, our friend here in Prelivka, her husband, who I talked about the shashlik, I think it's his mother, or he lived there. His mother still lives in that same building, which is where my registration is. So I have this small connection with Losha, because he lived in the building in the same one that I got my registration for Russia in. Because you've got to register in the place where you have residence, and we registered for that apartment. So yes, I've been there. My wife doesn't like going there because it's so far from Brelivka to get over there. And I'm happy to kind of what we do is we get the bus to Sarajevo, and then we get a Yandex taxi over there. And then a few times I've convinced her to catch like the bus, to catch the metro, to get home. And over there, they've even got the trolley buses still with the cable in that area. So how about taking a cruise down the Moskova River? I'd love to take one of the longer ones. I really, really should email these companies and see if they can do any kind of YouTuber specials. The liverboard boats, like the long boats, liverboard boats. They're huge, by the way. Not cruise ship huge, but I've done one of the river cruises. I don't know if I even remember the title of it. I took a $1 cruise in Moscow, and I did a river cruise it was 100 ruble cruise. They do, if you do the first one in the morning, like 9 or 10 a.m. departure, it's like 100 rubles because not many people want to do it, right? But it's a really nice cruise. You do it from, I think it was from Moscow City we started, then ended down at down by Red Square. Where's the videos from your trip in Australia? Vitaly, there is not going to be any on the channel, although I did kind of promise them. I just didn't really have time to film them. Especially I didn't have time alone, let's say, we were there 9 days. Literally 9 days. And primarily was there for my dad's birthday. So then I had to do appointments with the bank. A couple of appointments with the bank. I had to do an appointment with my tax lady. I had to go fix a light in the apartment that I own in Australia. Well, the bank owns it. I don't own it. Are you learning Russian? I'm learning very, very slowly. Butter menthols, yes, for that throat irritation. Not sure it is sold there, but that part of the world, but they got to get something similar. Yeah, my wife has already offered me lozenges yesterday, and I still haven't taken any. I'm very bad at taking things like pills and tablets and medications when I'm told to. I'm the worst when it comes to that. I seem to want to suffer rather than try to make myself better. Can you do a house tour since you did apartment tour already? Would be nice to compare. Yeah, it's just a matter of getting a real estate agent, Max, who will be willing to open or give me the keys or come to a house and let me do a tour. So that one that was in our building, my wife called up to arrange it, not me. I make it out that I did it, but my wife does all the phone calling. And it's just a matter of finding. I was trying to work on one before I left to go to Australia. And then the lady kind of pulled out of doing it. I think maybe her bosses didn't want me to film something, I think. I don't know. I don't know what people are afraid of with it. Like I'm going to show or reveal something or say something bad. I'm not sure. So, is there any other places in Russia or out of Russia you would like to visit? I'd like to go on the Trans-Siberian Railway over to Vladivostok. My neighbor, our neighbor's wife, works for the Russian Railways, and she was telling me that it's not a cheap trip to do that. It's actually cheaper for you to almost go on a holiday to Thailand or Bali, or like the trip to Kyrgyzstan to go see my friend. We looked at it now. I mean, it's 79,000 rubles for a return ticket to Bali. This is with China Eastern Airlines through Beijing. So it wouldn't be the ideal flights, but it's cheaper to go to Bali than it is to fly to Turkey right now or Egypt, which is crazy to think. A history tour of starting with food and drink tours. Thanks, David. Yeah, these are all great ideas. I know that I really should develop the channel more on doing those sorts of things. The plan was to try to meet Sam in Vladimir, Sam's Russian Adventures. And I chatted with him today, literally online for quite a while in the morning, about kind of come up with an idea of what we could film together. So, oh, what happened? I closed. That was silly. Close the donation alerts thing. If someone does donation alerts, I can't see the thing. That's a bit silly of me. Sorry. On some people's live streams, they've got it where it pops up on the screen. I can't do it on this application that I use where I can pop it up. So let's squeeze to that one. 182 likes, by the way. Thank you so much. Hello, 76. I know you're a watcher of the channel. I can't pronounce your first name there. Sorry. I'm a big 25-year collector of physical media. That's a big thing. There's YouTubers that do that, and they review them, and they talk about them, buy and selling them. DVDs, B-discs, which is basically dead in Russia. Do you watch movies, TV series in English? If so, do you just use streaming services? Yes. So Lenny, I watch pretty much any television on my computer streaming. Or if we download TV or movies, we put it on a thumb drive, literally right here, and then I plug it into the TV behind. So actually, like TV shows, I download and watch them on the television with my wife together. We sit on the sofa with beanbags here. There is still media that you can buy in Moscow. I don't know if you're from Moscow or not, but I went to the Gabushka, which is the very famous from the 80s and 90s electronics and was media kind of shopping mall. It's kind of in a warehouse. And on the second level, they've actually got guys that sell DVDs and Blu-rays and records and cassettes in this Garbushka. And then I would imagine at some of the flea markets, there's a bit of buying and selling of them around. Yeah, movies I like to watch movies. My wife, we watch a lot. Tend to watch more like comedy and movies in English. By the way, we download them and watch them. My wife has an app called Evie on her other TV in the bedroom, and we can watch movies in English or Russian. So it actually just got the English track or the Russian track. So yeah, I just watched the series. The Night Agent, I think it's called. The Night Agent. I just watched that series. That was very good, by the way. Go during the White Night season. Usually starts in early June. Also can be great content. Thanks. I don't know about White Night season. I'm not sure what that is, but I'll look it up. I guess because of the longer days where you've got the kind of, because it's a little bit further north, right? You get the longer daytime light or longer daytime hours. Russian architecture. You need to visit Minsk. Yes, I did kind of get to Belarus, to the border, by car, and then I got kept there for a few hours, and then we drove home. So I went to a Belarus truck stop and had food. Yeah, you can fly there visa free. The same with Kyrgyzstan, but you can't cross a border by car as an Australian passport holder, by the way. Congrats on 70,000 subscribers. It seems like a lot of Australian people get interested about Russia recently, and about some of them moved over here. What do you think about that? Yeah, I think you're probably talking about the family in Altai or in Novosibirsk. That's the only family, I think. Apart from Australian men who have Russian wives in some form that generally that don't make YouTube videos. Yeah, look, it's a big change of lifestyle. I don't know what their original reason was for coming here. You know, I think for me, it's a lot easier because I was working on cruise ships for a lot of years, and I traveled the world essentially a lot before I decided to obviously live here with my wife. and I was able to kind of adapt to a different place very easily and very quickly. Because pretty much for 20 years I was on cruise ships. So I was doing 6, 8, 9-month contracts. I was coming home for about a month, maybe 6, 7 weeks, going back on another ship. So I was seeing more. I've literally seen more of outside of Australia than I've seen in Australia. And that was hard to portray to my wife when we both came back and lived for a year and a half during COVID, because I got off the plane 4 weeks before her with my luggage. And I moved into an apartment that I rented that we were going to live together there with my luggage, literally, the first day. And then my mum then brought me back to the shed and got me to take boxes out of the shed of my old things. And then I bought some, furniture and stuff like that to live. And my wife didn't understand that part. I got off the plane a month before you did. I was on cruise ships for most of my life, half of my life. So that was kind of the easy thing for me to come and live here or live anywhere, because I think if you can work on cruise ships and travel the world and spend half a day everywhere, and then you can experience other places, and then you kind of know a little bit more culturally about the world. There's not a lot bothers me either. It doesn't bother me that this is like this, that's like this is going on, that's going on. None of that worries me. Like maybe other people worry about it, Congrats on 70,000K. It seems like, oh, okay, I've read that one. Sorry. Used to collect old video games myself. Yeah, in Australia, Joe, and then Lenny. When I was in Australia with my wife there, I started buying and selling Blu-ray movies, not blue movies, Blu-ray movies, and selling them on eBay. And actually, I did very well out of it. I didn't earn lots of money. Honestly and truly, it was very, very small amounts of money. But I think if I could have scaled it up and gone, quite big on the amount of Blu-rays I was buying and then reselling, I could have made something out of it. But it's got to be scaled to a point where you, at 12 hours a day, buying, selling, listing, Alinka, how will they come and get me? They don't need Australians. I don't know how they'll come and get me. Blogging Trucker, hi. How's it going? I think one of the OG subscribers to the channel, one of the very, very first. Good to see you here. Guy's nickname is Illusion. After the airplane manufacturer. Oh, thank you. Whoever's translating the Russian, thank you so much. If anyone wants to do that in the commentary, that would be very nice. Oh, we used to work on cargo ships. Yeah, different life to cruise ships. In passenger cruise ships are really floating hotels. I always would tell people that the real people working on the ships are in the kitchen, anybody in housekeeping, deck and engine, galley. The guys that are deck and engine on a passenger ship really are sailing a ship. I was working in the duty free in a shop on a cruise ship, which is different, but has its same. It's still hard work, You mentioned stopping at a truck stop. Yeah, it was not 28 pounds. It wouldn't have been, my gosh. I reckon it wasn't even. It wouldn't have even been £5. That's $10. It would have been less than £5 for lunch at that Belarus truck stop. It's kind of right at the Russian and Belarus border, on the Belarus side, by the way. That's as much as they let me walk into Belarus. Oh, Night Agent. Yes. He's getting praise all over. I'm yet to watch it. It's from Sean Ryan, creator of The Shield. I've never watched The Shield, by the way. I know it, but I've never watched it. Yeah, I kind of binge watched it in the end. I just downloaded them all and binge watched the whole season. But very good. If you like kind of that, is it Jack Ryan? Jack Ryan? Kind of, that kind of FBI, CIA kind of stuff. But exactly white nights is when the sun doesn't set too far below the horizon. Yes. flight from Nevzorsk, Russia to Istanbul, Turkey is 14,000 rubles one way. That's not cheap. Novosibirsk, Bali, 30,000 one way. Did I maybe mistalk about the price of tickets? Yeah, 69,000 is the return ticket. 69? Yes. From Moscow to Bali with China Eastern Airlines was the date. I mean, these are random dates that I just looked up, but we kind of talked about it, my wife and I. If we can kind of, I mean, what's you've got to do is convince yourself to spend less money so you can afford a longer holiday. You know, my wife has never been on a cruise, Leo. No, we didn't meet on cruise ships. It would be difficult for her to get a visa to go and do that. So Novosibirsk to Istanbul is cheap. Yeah, I know pretty much my wife was looking up doing kind of one of these all-inclusives where you do the flight, hotel, and food and drinks and stuff. And the prices she were quoted were quite a bit higher than what they used to be. So just a couple of hours besides they're hosting a big festival during that time. Oh, now it's gone fast. Nelly, oh, hello, Nelly. Good to see you. Oh, some older people here in the live stream. Thank you so much. Was it OS Watch Standard? Steve, hello. Or Steven, sorry. I've pronounced it on Telegram channel. Oh, okay. I'm trucking off to Russia. Oh, Born Identity, yes. Thank you, Leo. Yeah, Jack Ryan. Did I say Jack Ryan? Yeah, that Night Agents kind of follows along that kind of thing. That kind of CIA, FBI, police, military kind of show. Oh yeah, sure. It's right here where it kind of tickles. This little whatever that is. Thank you everybody so much for the live stream. I'm going to stay a little bit longer as long as the chat kind of trickles over. Thank you to anybody that has done any kind of donations to the channel. Again, it goes back into the channel purely. It's not as easy as it seems, wanting to be able to get equipment to make the channel better. It's not a get rich quick scheme YouTube by any means. It really isn't. I'll say it a lot. It's a grind. I mean, I could probably make more effort in what I do and make more videos. But it's not as simple. This is for anybody that makes YouTube, so what are your best memories of Russia? Sorry. Best memories in Russia. Honestly, I'll say, okay, I know it's a very short memory, but my neighbors one of them since left Russia and he's in Kyrgyzstan. Gleb. And Gleb's been on the channel. He was on one of the live streams with me. He came to my apartment and literally we filmed the video together. I'm going to say the short time that I had to hang out with him, I kind of really thought at that point that I'd made a friend, especially who lives in a Prelivka, that I could always rely on. And I still can. I can message him. I can ask him something. I can question him about Russian something or other and he'll answer it. I'd say going to visit my wife's family in Ufa. That was a couple of years ago now, but that was a big thing. Probably getting married. I guess you could got to say those things, right? Getting engaged, getting married. That both happened here in Moscow. So, yeah, I think that's memories. I mean, memories about going on a trip to Bali where my wife and I loved to go, where we went to Gili Air for the 2 weeks. That's a memory that sticks with us. There's not very often, where it's kind of that sticks with you. I mean, going to my dad's birthday, and that was in Australia, but yeah. I tried Kuznetochka yesterday. Wow. And I hope it was okay. Did it sort of stand up to all the hype or the not hype? I don't know. I guess you've kind of got to have had McDonald's before to if you want to make that comparison, or are you going there for the first time? I've been to been to Vladimir, driving through to Zuzdal. Yes, we went to Zuzdal last year or the year before. Now I feel like I've missed it. I'm skipping a year for everything. But my wife's friend and husband, the four of us drove together there, and we stayed 3 days in Zuzdal. Very nice. We got an Airbnb in a very, very typical Russian apartment, mind you. I should rename that video because I did a tour of it, by the way. I should rename that and put it into my because I think I named it like something about Airbnb, Russian Airbnb. So Sam, hello. Oh, another channel member. Good to see you. How did you meet Constantine? Oh, there we go. Yes, I met him through YouTube. Actually, I watched one of his videos that he did somewhere close to where he and I both lived. I've never revealed where he lives. I probably mentioned a lot where I live. But he's not far. Well, technically, he's not far from where I am here. Closer to Moscow than I am. And I sent him a message because I recognized the place where he was filming. And I was assuming that he lived close to that. And then he said, no, I just went to film there. I live somewhere else. And we met up. Did we meet up 3 times? One of the times we made the video together. We just met for coffee and for lunch. And yeah, very nice guy. Super nice guy. Probably a little bit funnier than he might come across on the videos. I think he made that video with Nikki and he made one of the videos at the supermarkets. And yeah, he's a lot funnier and a lot more relaxed in real life than he might come across in the videos. Very, very smart, intelligent guy. Kind of a person that you can talk to all day and the time doesn't really matter. Does that make sense? When you chat to somebody, it's just easy to chat to. There's always something that we can chat both about. I got a big plain hit with only the bun, beef, and lettuce. It was good and sounded and tasted clean, but I haven't ate Western McDonald's for many years. Yeah, I think that's the thing, right? With Jacques, if you compare McDonald's and then Kuznetochka now, it's hard to kind of make that comparison now because there was that gap in when they were both available. It's close to the end of the stream when the drink is nearly finished. The times that I've went there and made the videos, I've just got that, like the big hit is what was the Big Mac, right? And it's a perfectly enjoyable, edible value meal. I guess I still call it value meal. And for the value for money and what it is and what you get, perfectly fine. Is it delicious? This kuzna is delicious, right? Delicious, and that's all. It's pretty hard to call a fast food burger delicious, but it is what it is. Would you make a video with Bald? I would. I'd be curious how he is with the camera switched off. I think it would be very easy to make a video with him as well. Definitely. Always not here, right? He's not made a video for a while since he was in. Was he in Japan? with Backpacker Ben, and then South America with him as well. Kind of takes big breaks between doing trips, doesn't he? I don't know what he does on Instagram, if he posts more regularly or not. Then in playback, even if it's nearly 5 a.m. in Melbourne. Yeah, sorry about the time difference. Being English. Is there a curry house in Moscow? Yes, there is Indian places in Moscow, definitely. I haven't been to an Indian curry house though, but I know there's one at Vadenhar at the Son of Moscow Wheel. In the food court there, you can get an Indian curry. I went to an Indian festival last summer at the park, where is the big indoor theme park, which I can't remember the name of right now, but it's at Metro Station, Technopark Metro Station. There's a big park there, Technopark. And they had an outdoor festival for celebrating India. And I had chicken, what's it? Butter chicken. That's the only one that I eat from Indian food. So you decided to go with YouTube and not work on cruise ships in the near future. Paul, yeah, that's kind of the thing that I kind of had to decide last year before we moved to this place. I've still got valid visas, passport, medical, everything to go get on a ship tomorrow morning. I did have a couple of offers from people who worked for another company who wanted me to come and work for their company to do it. But for now, yes, YouTube seems to be it for now. My wife does have like 6 ideas a day of things going on in her head. She didn't talk about getting a cat today, which is good. So to navigate your daily life, since you speak little Russian, and Russians literally speak little English. No, Katrina, I know it may sound like it's difficult. Yesterday, going to that fair, the expo, and I met the couple of subscribers. One of the guys didn't really speak very good English at all, and one did speak very well English. I would have just gone there if I didn't meet up with him, just walked around. I wouldn't have really chatted to people, and I would have left. But we spent quite a lot of hours there together, talking about vaping and the laws in Australia and in Russia. I don't have a lot of day-to-day direct interaction with people where it's necessary to speak Russian or they speak English. I can easily just go to the shop and buy something and come home. I can get on the bus, go somewhere and come home, and do things. And the rest I use my wife to do things for me. So I used to eat McDonald's years ago, but I always thought the burgers tasted like the cardboard packaging. Yeah, I think they're better. I think Kuznetochka is better than McDonald's. I'm pretty much just a Big Mac, fries, and drink person. I'm not into all the different kind of versions of the Big Mac meal that they do and all of the seasonal ones. So yeah, I don't think it's as cardboard box-like as what they used to be, so... Yeah, 62% to 38% is the poll. That's kind of interesting. I don't think it'll change a lot. I'm curious what the community tab poll is, because I know that was a lot closer. He's in Venezuela, is bald. Oh, I should check if he's put a new video recently. I don't get recommended his videos. No, but it's not a good guy to go with currently if you are in Russia. Oh. Try the tandoori chicken. Yeah, I think at Solara Shopping Center, at the other food court with the different international booths, there's an Indian curry house there as well. I think we've gone to the Thai restaurant there and had pad Thai and tom yum soup. I'd much prefer that than Indian food personally. I'm not a big Indian food person, so Chi Express has yummy Indian food. I've lived in Tartu, Estonia. If ever traveling with Russell ever gets to travel there. Thanks. Tartu, Estonia. Missed your live. Fortuna, hello. Yes. You've still got those hashtags in your channel name. Don't do hashtags in your channel name or in your title of videos. They don't need to be in there. Is your name Hungry Jacks is better than Macca's or HJ's, right? I think we call it HJ's, don't we? Yeah, the big was it the Aussie burger? They used to have the Aussie burger with the egg and the beetroot. My wife puts beetroot. Oh, there's the thing. So when my wife does hamburgers, makes burgers for me at home, the Miratok meat. Miratok is a supermarket in Russia that has good meat. And she gets the hamburger. They call them beef cutlets here, but it's basically hamburger patties. And she puts beetroot in with lettuce and tomato and ketchup in the burgers. So I wonder if anybody that's in Russia who's watching puts sliced beetroot in a burger or not. I think that might only be an Australian thing. Yeah, Hungry Jacks. Yeah, Burger King. I've not probably had Burger King in a while either here. The only one where we live here, they've got a KFC in the town. They do have a Burger King on the third level of the tiny shopping center we have, but I've not been up there for ages. So I'm happy just to get KFC takeaway and eat it at home here. Oh, Steven's wife is Russian. Nice. Green cabbage, boiled potatoes, and chicken soup. Come on, you foodies. My wife loves all of those things. She loves soup. She likes soups. That's a big Russian thing, is to have a pan of soup or a bowl of soup in the fridge, and then you can kind of eat it for a few days later. Okay, everybody. I'm going to slowly wind up the live stream. I hope you've enjoyed chatting. I do want to thank people who have done donations to the channel. Thank you so much. I know also there tends to be donations offline as well. So yeah, thank you so much for people who do that. If we get my wife onto the live stream, we might have to do a donation chat for her. So if you want to ask her a question, you have to pay a super chat or a donation alert chat or something. You know, we have to tempt her somehow with buying her lunch or buying her sushi. Sushi's her favorite meal, apart from Russian food here at home. So have you considered doing train journeys to different places as part of the traveling experience? My wife doesn't want to do that. So it's kind of a no from her, by the way, because I've asked her 1,000 times. I probably should just take the train from here to Moscow. We are getting a new train line here. It's in the final stages of construction from Aprelivka right the way to the northeast of Moscow. Is it MCD4, I think? And my station is the last station in the line. So I would love to do train journeys. Wish we could use the Hungry Jack's name, make it a Commonwealth country name for Burger King. Yes. Yeah, Leo, when the Sydney Olympics were on in Sydney, they changed some of the Hungry Jack's restaurants to Burger Kings during the Olympics, so that when foreign people came to Sydney, they would not go to McDonald's. They'd go to a Burger King because they know the brand. They wouldn't go to a Hungry Jack's because they never heard of it. Thank you, David. Yes. 70. Wow. Yeah, on the cruise ships, they had a sushi boat as part of the sushi restaurant on the cruise ships. I would go there just for the soup. I don't know what they call it now. Basically the noodle soup with the boiled egg inside. Yeah, I never had the sushi boat because I just go alone. But I guess we could share it. I don't know. 70 pieces is crazy. That's a lot of sushi. We normally just get like 3 rolls between 2 of us, and we might get the miso soup as a starter. So, yes. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to wind down and sign off. Thank you so much for 70,000 subscribers. I hope everyone's had a good time. It was a table of 12. Yes, I think that's what you should have said when you said the 70 pieces part. You should have added it together. It's like my wife when she does a conversation and then she says the next bit of it like a few sentences later and it doesn't make sense initially, right? Please be safe. Thank you, Sam. Oh, Sam, Leo. Wow, 2 channel members at the same time chatting here. That's very nice. Maleni, thank you for the fire. Are they fireworks? Yes. Oh, time for coffee and breakfast. Yes, I need to get another drink to get my throat cleared up a little bit. And I might ask my wife for the soothers or the. I know she's got what's the other brand? Not soothers. This the same brand you can get in Moscow here. That's the cough lozenges, but I don't remember the name now. But thank you, Steve. Sorry for not knowing your name. I'm going to just copy and paste what your name is here. 76. 76 is my birth year as well, by the way, if that's the reason of your 76 there. Oh, Illusion Country 76. Oh, that's what the translation was. That's what someone was mentioning earlier in the chat. That makes complete sense now. The Illusion is the aeroplane, yes. Hey up, Russell. Yes, that's... So when you say "a up," that's English slang for "how's it going, Russell?" By the way, "a up." It's very Yorkshire that when you say "a up." So if anyone's British, they'll say "a up." It's a very Yorkshire thing to say. Oh, it's a plane model. Thanks. Illusion 76 is a plane model, not 1976. Makes sense now. Thank you, Lenny. That's very nice to correct. Nikolai. Oh, 76 is your birth year as well. Yeah, I'm 3rd of November. I was thinking about this because I saw Konstantin Inside Russia had his birthday live stream a few days ago. And I was thinking, man, I should do a birthday one, but my birthday's not till November. My wife's in October. I'm like, that would be a great idea for a celebration live stream, and people will be like, oh, here's go out for dinner, go out for lunch. Here's this or that to go and do this. And it's not my birthday. So come on, everybody, keep him going. Yeah, I really normally just do until 2 hours, which is another 7 minutes away. So maybe we can stretch to 7 more minutes. I'm just thinking, these are IKEA glasses too, by the way. The famous IKEA glasses. We've had these for 4 houses, 4 apartments we've lived in. We've still got these ones. My wife was like, "What are you doing with the glass out of the cupboard?" when I poured myself a drink. I try to. Yeah, I'm married to a Yorkshire lass. Yes. So that's wow. You're real. I'm doing like this English speaking club here where I'm translating some of the words. So lass, for anyone that doesn't know, that's considered a lady or a person, or at least a lady from Yorkshire, Lancashire, that region of North England. So yes. Oh, I think everyone must have these IKEA glasses who's been to IKEA, I think it's like a standard. You've got to own this set of these glasses. Where am I now? In Moscow. Yes, this is our apartment in Moscow. Yeah, if anyone's watched the Russian typical apartment tour, could you live here? The one where it's got the apartment building and then it says for rent. So this is the actual place where I filmed that video, and we rented that place and moved in. So I literally got the keys, and then half an hour later, I filmed the walk around of the video as a rental. And then when we moved everything across, I filmed the other video of the 1-room apartment, which is the one where I used to do the live streams with the yellow and green kitchen. Once we moved out. So kind of worked out good, those 2 videos. The one I did a couple of days ago, that one is actually for sale in the same building here. That's through a real estate agent. Apparently, the real estate agent is not very forthcoming in answering the calls when my wife called, and he's not very helpful for trying to sell that place. So so definitely I'm in Moscow region, by the way, a Prelivka. I'm happily, should I really tell everybody where I live? Is it okay to say that? I think it is. Looks like a pudding. Hill. Okay. Did you ever get scared bad weather on cruise ships? Aussie, no, not at all. The only thing that you probably people get, I mean, if you know the safety procedures and the evacuation procedures and, what to do in the event of a fire, ship sinking, blackout, which you do a lot of training for on cruise ships, you're perfectly safe. I never personally felt unsafe. And as an Aussie, I think you'd know this the same, right? There's kind of there's this thing called fight or flight. Either run into the event or run away from it. And as an Aussie, we'd be there to kind of like the Titanic. We'll be the ones playing the musician at the very end. Everyone's got off the boats already, and the Aussies will still be there. So yeah, never scared of the bad weather, rough seas. There's the only fear I probably would have if you don't want to say it, you don't want to tell someone that you're scared, is if there would be a fire. Because on a cruise ship, you can't run away from a fire, because 1,000-foot ship is still only 1,000 feet long. So, yes, that's my never worry about any. I mean, as long as I know everybody else on the ship is got the same trainings or got the same dedication to learning and understanding the safety procedures on the ship, then I'm good. So if I know that the guy on the bridge is doing his job, I'm the guy on the engine's doing his job, the firefighters doing their job, my job will be to direct the guests to the muster stations and board the lifeboats. And then as a muster station leader, I was doing muster station leader a lot. I know that my job, what I would do, would help that situation, so full or empty? Now it's empty. Definitely last sip of the drink. Your apartment Novosibirsk has got those glasses. Yes, I think until IKEA left, although it's still here. I think everybody owned those. Yeah, it needed an English translation. Yeah. The log stove is stocking 2 smoking barrels. Yeah, the dogs. What are you talking about, the dogs? The one that's seen where they go to the caravans. They were trying to buy a caravan off the people. Thank you for the live stream. Thank you, Andy. Yes. Green and gold kitchen. Aussie. Yes, it was kind of. It's more like a lime green and a mustard yellow, but it's all too easy to figure out your house and even the apartment number anyway. Yeah, I guess from watching the video, yeah, it's probably a giveaway too much. Will you be showing any Russian Dachas? Oh, the Dacha season has just kicked off. Yes. I have kind of got a video of my friend's Dacha from 2 years ago. Was it last summer? Last summer I went. So I've got a video on my other channel, which I did promise that I was going to put on the Telegram channel about a Dacha walk around. Our friends that we go to their Dacha regularly, I need to find some new friends and get some new invites to people's Dachas. So if anybody in Moscow wants to invite me to their Dacha, please send me an email and I'll come along and I'll bring the shashlik or whatever you want me to bring along. They just had a baby, our friends that we went to the Dacha a lot with. and they're worried about it not being warm enough yet at the dacha, because obviously a lot of dachas don't have full heating or cooling and whatever, so although when I was there it was perfectly fine. I was hot and cold, no worries at all. But I've been to Ufa, that's probably as far away from Moscow as I've been. Is the ship on the ocean or the ocean on the ship? Yes. Yeah, don't call it a ship. I don't call it a boat. Sorry, don't call it a boat. Call it a ship. Should you do a Russian city? Good idea. Russia should do a Russian city tour. The dogs. Yeah, too cold. Yeah, right. I can invite you, but it's too cold right now. Yeah, it's not warm enough for Duchess. I mean, I'm okay with. I mean, look, this 8 degrees. It's now 6 degrees now where we are here. 9:50. I mean, this is kind of blanket weather, at night to sleep. But you still want that nice 25, 28, 30 degree days, which is probably another month away. So, not cha like say dacha, not cha. Dacha is like, I don't know how to describe it for Australian people. It's kind of, I don't really know how to say it at all. There's no real equivalent to what people having a dacha. Pretty much every Russian either has a dacha or they have a friend or family member that has a dacha, and you go there in the summertime. I guess it's kind of maybe like going caravanning. I couldn't even describe it to an Australian person who hasn't been here or seen it or done it or like that. So yeah, all right, 2 hours. There we go. I've reached it. Summer cottage. Yes, that's probably the best way to do it. And then depending on the seasonal, the place where it is, you may be able to live there year round if they clean the roads and the snow. And a lot of them, it's impossible because it's just snowed in. So yeah, sort of 9 months of the year you don't use it. And for 3 months, you use it as much as you can. A bolt hole in the suburbs. Wow. Yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it. If depending on because you got to remember here, there's multi-million ruble dachas as well, like crazy dachas, like country houses. Yeah, there's kind of dacha, then there's country house, then there's house. But the people that have, like, even just out my window here, if you've seen the video where I just show the little suburban area here, there's these houses that are right here are dachas to some people. But then, like, our friend's dacha is, still doesn't have, obviously, it's got an outside toilet, outside shower. It has electricity, but not inside plumbing. Today's 35 degrees in Ufa. What? Come on. Wasn't even 10. I don't think it even got to 10 or 12 degrees today here in Moscow. Good night from Russia. Yes. There's a hole. Oh, you can play. Thank you, Sam. You can play golf with the donut because there's a hole in it. Yes. There's a hole in one. And how's that? The guy winning twice on the Live Tour back to back, by the way. And he had an Australian caddy. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching the live stream. 237 likes. Thank you. I'll end the poll as well. Thank you. There's still a pinned comment there if anyone wants to take care of the channel. If anyone wants to comment on this video after it ends, I'll be in the comments of this video after it ends just to answer and reply to people. If you want to watch an old video, there's lots to watch on the channel. Yeah. We'll do another live stream soon, probably more like on the weekend now, maybe Friday or Saturday. At least have something to catch up on and talk about then. Sam K. No, I think Sam's Russian Adventure hasn't been on the live stream tonight. I should have messaged him earlier. We chatted all morning, by the way. And then I didn't chat to him now, so to tell him to come into the live stream. That'd be kind of cool if I could get him as a guest on the live stream. That'd be a good way to promote his channel a little bit more. Yeah, he actually had, unless, yeah, it's not definitely not the same Sam. But Maleni, thank you. Thank you for the Coca-Colas. Always nice of you to send a donation that way. Will you get it there on any form of TV? I can watch it streaming, Mozzie. I was going to look up when it's on, by the way, because I did watch the Queen's funeral on. I watched two. I think I watched BBC and ITN or ITV on two of my monitors here at the same time, on because they were having slightly different feeds and slightly different commentary. So definitely, I'll try to kind of see what channel it's on, and see if I can catch some of it. Definitely, yeah. I saw that one of the Australian ex-politicians was invited. I don't know if the Prime Minister is or not, but yeah. Oh, Bronwyn Bishop? No. I think she was invited, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to get out of here quicker than normal. See you on another video soon. Tomorrow, maybe not tomorrow, the next day, I'm going to go and film Mag, the Russian Zara, and see what it's like, and go for a walk around and pretend like I know what I'm looking at with all the clothes in there. I'll end up just filming Russian girls looking at clothes in clothes shops. But yeah, cheers. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for all the kind words during the live stream. And thanks for being a subscriber if you are. I'm pretty sure if you're commenting, you have to be, right? So, yes. Let's see how quick we can get to 100,000 subscribers now. And then I'll have to get my dad on a live stream or my mum with the plaque when it gets delivered to my parents' house, because it can't get sent to Russia at the moment. So, yeah, onwards and upwards from here. And I'll join you pretty much on the weekend, maybe Friday this time, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, roughly this time. We'll do another live stream together. So, bye, everybody.